into the last 3 games of the season now, and last week's results kind of confirmed that it won't be the playoffs for City this season. So what's the aim now for the last 3 games? Is it just kind of to try players out, look at next season, look at guys you want to keep for next season? Obviously you want to win the games, but you have next season in mind now at this stage, I suppose.
First of all, we want to go and win the games, Colin. Yes, we'll probably have a look at our players for next year as well, but most important thing is that we go and put on a good performance, and we go and get 3 points. So it's that's what we'll be looking to do Friday night. Wexford, they're in good form at the moment, so it'll be a difficult game, but other lads will come in and get an opportunity. Obviously we want to see what players we'll have for next year as well.
I suppose Wexford have they turned their season around. They were the whipping boys for the early part of the season, and they were rock bottom of the table. They're still down there, but they've got some good results recently. They beat UCD last week, and they've really kind of turned things around, and they're in good form now, as you say.
Yeah. Listen, they've got some good players. It was difficult up there the last time we played them. I suppose we got Alec was sent off, and it was a difficult game. Listen, we came out with a good draw probably on the night. But they've got some good players. They're very good at going forward with the 3 lads up top, Robertson, Doherty, and Jack Moylan. And defensively they've been solid the last few games. So they've turned it around up there up in Wexford. So it will be a difficult game on Friday night.
And last week's game, Colin, you made a couple of changes. I suppose the most notable one being in goal, with David Harrington coming in. He did well. I think he got a clean sheet.
No, he did. He did very well. As I said, listen, he's been training well. Probably Marcus has a good season as well. So probably Harry just had to wait a small bit longer. He's come in. He's done very, very well, and we're delighted for him. Another boy that has come through the academy. So we're delighted for him, and hopefully that he can keep those performance levels.
Will he be tempted now in the last couple of games, Colin, to give a couple of the other lads a run maybe as well, kind of who've been on the fringes this season from the academy?
We'll see, Colin. We'll have to go by injuries as well, and lads coming back from injuries too. So we've got a big enough squad. There's a few lads back. Beats is back in. Garrod's training as well. Jonas is back too. So we've got a few decisions to make, but yeah, we will be looking at players as well that haven't played as many games, as they would have liked.
When you look back at the season, I suppose, Colin, as a whole, I suppose there's a number of frustrations in there. When you look at, I suppose, injuries to keen, experienced members of the squad, the poor start you made, and a lot of draws, Colin. I think 9 draws in there. Would that be kind of fair enough assessment?
Yeah, listen. I say here that we should have had a better season. Absolutely. Players, experienced players got injured, but Trevor, that happens. We've got some other younger lads got injured as well. So it's a squad game. People come in and play. They have to step up to the mark as well. We had a lot of draws. The draws that we've had, maybe we should have won the games. You look at Bray the other night. We should have beaten Bray. We should have beaten Treaty. Some of the draws, conceding late against Galway, conceding late against Bray as well. So we've made some mistakes, but I'd like to think in the second half of the season people can see that the lads have turned the corner, and listen, the improvements of the team has got better, and they got stronger, they got fitter, and at the moment we're a hard side to play against if you ask anybody. So but we need to turn those draws into wins, absolutely.
Yeah, was the biggest frustration with Stephen? Like there was huge excitement when Stephen Beattie re-signed. Not as big as Ronaldo, Colin, but there was huge excitement around Stephen Beattie coming back. And he'd played very few minutes. Was that kind of the biggest kind of frustration of the season?
I wouldn't say. Listen, it's probably we all want to see Beats play, but he's had a few hamstring injuries. He's come in, and the games that he's come in, he's been very, very good. And he's just been unfortunate with the hamstring injuries. And listen, he's an excellent pro around the place. He does a lot of training. Even on his days off, he's in, and he's itching to get back. But it's when one hamstring goes, then the other one goes, and he's been very unfortunate this year. But as I said, he's back in training now, so hopefully that we can see him before the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm sure you want to congratulate Shelbourne as well, Colin. Obviously, they've been the best team. The league table doesn't lie.
What's that?
Shelburne. I suppose you want to congratulate Shelburne winning the title.
Oh yeah, no, listen, as I said, they've been the best team in the division, and it's fully deserved, and it'll be a big test next year for them in the Premier Division. There'll be no doubt about that.
Yeah, just yourselves, Colin. Cork City will be seen as a club every bit as big as Shelburne. Obviously,
bigger than Shelburne.
Back up in the Premier Division is where you want to be, Colin. Obviously, you're hoping that the board will back you in terms of spending a bit of money, bringing in a few quality players that you need to be up there. Back when you get back in the top flight.
Yeah, listen, and that's what we need. As I said, listen, we need more players. We've got a good group at the moment, but we need to freshen things up as well. So we'll be sitting down with the board over the next few weeks, and we'll put a plan in place, and hopefully we can do that for next year. And listen, and that's the aim. To get this club back into the Premier Division. That's the aim, and we'll try our best to do that next year.
Okay, just finally, Carl, you mentioned that they were to go. Wexford, they're improving, obviously. It'll be another test for you, I suppose, on Friday night.
No, it will be. They're very good going forward. And they got some very good results the last three. I think they're after winning the last 3 games. So they're in good form at the moment. It'll be a difficult game, but we're playing well as well. So it'll be a good game. I would imagine there could be a few goals in it. So I think it'll be an exciting game Friday night.
Just with the playoffs now, the picture, is it kind of hard to keep the players kind of focused, or because are their minds starting to wander with you at this stage?
I shouldn't have to do that, Martin. To be honest, they're professional players. They should motivate themselves, and that's the way I see it.
Is it something you're aware of?
No, listen. If I can see it in the training sessions, then and players are slacking off, then they don't play. It's simple as that. Listen, we all set high standards within the club, and listen, they train. Listen, they put in good performances in training. But if they slack off and take their eye off the ball, they won't play. It's simple as that, and the players know that.
Yeah. And just to sorry.
No, go on. You're fine.
Sorry, just a couple of other kind of more, I suppose, general questions. Just international weeks. There's a kind of a strong Cork presence again in the League of Ireland presence also in the international squad. That's good to see again, isn't it?
No, listen, it is, as I said, our academy is very strong. The work that Liam and his coaches, and I was there for the last 2 years, and that the coaches that we have is that you're bringing through very, very good players, and there's as I said, Jacob Ryan's in the under 21s, and he's come through our academy. So you see a lot of players in the first team, the senior team, have come from Cork, and it's good. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent in Cork at the moment, Martin.
Mm-hmm. And just finally, there's a campaign at the moment for the to break a women's National League record for the women's side and their final game of the season against Treaty, and that's something I'd say you'd be kind of getting on board with, hoping happens. Oh no, listen, it'd be great, it'd be fantastic. So that's what I'm saying to the players and the coaches, get in, and bring your friends in that. So it would be fantastic if that could happen. So listen, it would be great, for the women's side of the club. So it's let's see. So hopefully it happens. So it would be great if it does.